So Andy, when you step into the property for the first time, so walk me through the process that goes through your mind when assessing the cost of a refurbishment within that property.
Okay, well the first thing I do is we always have a checklist with us, and before we step into the property we actually step across the road. The first thing that we look at is the roof, to see if the roof is okay or if it needs replacing, because the cost of a new roof could be £2,000–3,000. So we look at a snapshot of the house, look at the roof, the double glazing in the front garden, and straight away we'll start taking notes as to what needs doing, because something either needs to be replaced or repaired. As I walk into the property, most of the electrical boxes within houses are normally, as you walk in the door, they're up to the left or up to the right. So I'll have a look at the electrics and determine, do I feel it needs a full rewire or a part rewire? Now, I don't always know the answer until I walk through the house, to be fair. But then I'll start walking through the house, and the third thing I look for is damp. Now, people get confused with damp and mold.
You can also smell it normally.
Yeah, you can smell it, and the walls will be wet. As soon as I start seeing black mold along walls, that indicates there's a lack of ventilation. It's an easy fix, and all you need to do is put grids in the wall, put bar windows which can be self-opening and self-closing. But if I smell the damp and see wetness, I've got to put it could be a big part of the budget. Could be up to £3,000–4,000 sometimes.
Yeah, it's not just condensation in the property.
Yeah.
So there's an underlying damp problem.
Definitely. And the easiest way to find out is two things. You either take a damp meter with you and you stick it on the wall and it says yes there's damp or no there's not, or you take a damp specialist with you. But anyways, as we go through the property, I'll look at the damp. Then I'll look at things like, is the house double glazed, yes or no? If yes, are all the windows in good working order? I'll then go to the kitchen. Is the kitchen in good working order, or is it modern? Because if we're looking to buy a property and force appreciation up, yes, the kitchen may be in good working order, but it may be old.
Yeah.
It could be clean and tidy, but it's old. So in that case, we would take the kitchen out and put a brand new kitchen in, because where you're going to add value in a property is your bathroom and your kitchen.
Yeah, so that's where you're going to focus most of your spend.
Definitely. And obviously spends like damp, electrical, we can't cut any corners at all. We have to make sure, because it's a legal requirement. But if the kitchen is fairly modern, it might be a case that all we do is we change the tabletops and change the front cupboards if the carcasses are fine. So anyway, I walk through the house, taking photographs, taking down notes. I'd go to the back garden, look at the back of the house. I would take notes of all the walls, the flooring. I'd walk upstairs, and I'm asking myself the question, yes, the walls look okay. I would knock and tap on the walls to go, is the plaster sound? Because sometimes the walls look good, but as soon as you start taking wallpaper off, the walls can start crumbling. So it's very important that looking at something and touching something is two different things. So as we walk around the house, we're knocking on walls, we're putting wallpaper up, we're lifting up carpets, which we shouldn't really do in a distressed house, but I would rather do that and get my figures as accurate as I can. Once I've walked through the house, filled up my checklist, got my photographs, once you've done it a few times and you'll quickly get up to speed with what things cost, I'll then put an offer on the property. When the offer gets accepted, or even if I know it's going to be a deal, I'll sometimes say to the seller, I'm just going to send my builder in to confirm my prices for the refurb, and then I'll put my offer in. Sometimes it happens very quick. I put the offer in, it gets accepted, then I send the builder in. So that's how I do it.
No, I think there's, I guess every property's got a slightly different refurb, but I mean, at least you're giving us a sense of what it does. I mean, and most properties, given the number that you look at it, I guess it's what's taking you 20 minutes, half an hour. What's the time frame?
Typically speaking, now once you know what things cost, I'd probably say 10 to 15 minutes. Because literally I'll stand at the front of the house for no more than 10-15 seconds, because you can stand, you can look, and you can see, yes, it needs replacing or repairing or no work, checklist, and you just tick it on the checklist. So but when you're starting out, it is better to spend more time, touch more things in the house, and spend more time looking at individual walls. But once you've done it 350 times, it just becomes a very quick process.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing those great insights.
No problem, Warren.